Game 1 of this set. Teutons v. Teutons looks like Arabia to me. Okay, so we will see in blue Nicov. We will see in orange BacT. These two players will be playing mirror civs, and they'll be working their way across the map. Let's see what those maps look like. Let's actually speed it up as well. Arabia Dark Ages are not usually very exciting. So Nicov here will have his main gold sort of out in the front, but on the edge of the map. Secondary gold out there as well. Can certainly block off an angle there if he wants to try to protect that. Two boars right here in the front, which could be stolen if this were a game where these guys are trying to steal boars. Boars out in the front can always be stolen, I suppose. Berries on the back, stone on the way back, and gold way in the back pocket as well. So Nicov here has a big open side here, but other than that, it's a pretty easily defensible map and a pretty nice map. He could definitely block this off early in the game and maybe happily take gold for quite some time. So Nicov not with a bad map. BacT on the other side has main gold on the front, secondary stone on the front, secondary gold on the front as well. We'll have this gold over here, which is in a beautiful location. Look at this wood line. It's almost a perfectly built wall. It's a puny wood line that could be towered or archers camped out on the other side, so it would be difficult to maybe take wood there forever. But we'll see how that goes. At least for now, that looks pretty safe. Could maybe wall across the front or push toward his TC and probably end up taking this gold if things get bad. If things get hairy, BacT will have a nice little back corner that he can take resources at. So I think both players have a decent map. We'll just have to see who plays it better. Who plays it better? One big disadvantage, though, for BacT is that main gold is out on the front, and it's in kind of a tricky spot to defend. It's a little bit tricky. You know, Nicov could get some aggression here, get a siege workshop somewhere nearby or something, and he could really pressure both of these resources and the berries as well if he wanted. So yeah, BacT does not have a great map overall, but this one safe gold pile is its saving grace. And if anybody can win with this map, it is BacT. Both of these players coming in pretty similar ratings, right around 2,300. BacT, I suppose he's up by about 100, but Nicov right now is on fire, literally on fire. This player is playing a lot of 1v1 and is playing beautifully, capital B beautifully. BacT is already starting to wall up a little bit of a makeshift wall toward the TC on the front, so he's going to maybe block his front, his main gold out a little bit. He's already, no, he has not already scouted that secondary gold, which is interesting. This sheep may find it if he takes a left. No, he takes a right, so he's not going to know about that for now, which could be a huge disadvantage for him. 4 villagers on wood for BacT, 3 villagers on wood for Nicov. So BacT could go with some early aggression there, could drush in. Nicov on the other side is going to focus on a whole lot faster of a food economy, pushing deer and luring boars. I like that a lot. Nicov is not going to know anything about the map, but that is okay. He's going to have plenty of food. A little bit of a fumbly deer push, but he's going to be fine. On the other side, we can see BacT here. He is about to find this TC. He's actually going to run within range of it. Let's see. Let's see if he takes any arrow fire here. Trying to quick wall is Nicov, but he's not going to get it in time. BacT's going to run straight by. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. There is a hole in this side of the wall. Keep that in mind. That could be annoying. Ooh, we got a donation. Mr. Mojo. A little bit of mojo for you. Hey, thank you so much for the donation, Mojo. Appreciate it. Yeah, so we continue to work our way through here. We can see that BacT has got the early scouting advantage, but Nicov has the early food advantage. Villager count is obviously equal. That's not surprising at all. Probably no loom for either player just yet, because why loom? We are going to see BacT put that barracks up relatively early. He did have 4 on wood, so he could go with some aggression. You can see his score is massively inflated due to the scouting, and will soon be inflated further if he builds some militia, I suppose. Nicov grabbing loom and going to click up here relatively soon. He is on 19 vills. Does he have the resources? Yeah, he's already clicked up. So Nicov pushing in the food and getting a fast feudal age. BacT on the other side is going to go with maybe a drush, maybe some early action. Looks like for the moment, yeah, militia are queued up. He has not taken the extra 10 gold just yet, but he will. He does not know about this gold pile. That is an incredibly unfortunate thing, because that gold pile could be his saving grace. For now, until he finds that, I think this is advantage Nicov. BacT is kind of having to wall out his main gold for the moment, which is ugly, which is a problem. Let's see, Mr. Mojo. Mr. Mojo made a donation and then rolled a 1 and lost all of his hive coin. Oh no, Mojo, I'm so sorry. Mr. Mojo. Oh, man. All right, Yoda, you're in the game. That's great. Teutons War, says Dr. Slow. Not happy with that. Yo! Have the points command. Yes, Crass. So you can go exclamation point points, and I think you get to see how many you have. Okay. Okay, working our way through here. We do see Nicov hitting the feudal age first. He is going to drop a barracks and a stable right away. Nothing surprising there. Still has not even started really taking his sheep. He's had such a huge food boost from the deer push early that he's going to be in great shape. BacT working his way across the map here with militia and his scout. He will be clicking up to feudal just now. Villager count for him is 25. So maybe a little bit of an early push. He's going to wall up behind it, which is okay. He's going to have his back pocket full, but he still doesn't know about the gold. Somebody tell him about the gold. That is incredible. He needs to know about that gold. His militia, for the moment, are trying to work their way in. They have found out that Nikov's backside is open here. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. The back entrance to his base here is still open, so they're going to walk around the horn and try to get in here. There are 3 vills here on the berries who could be somewhat exposed, but you know what? It's all good. There will be a couple scouts in there very soon, and this strush is not going to be a real problem. Oh, there are 4 vills. Sorry, this guy was hidden. So yeah, 4 vills and a couple of scouts here are going to be just fine to take on this drush from BacT. But BacT has done what he wanted to do, which is send in that drush, wall up behind it, and probably go pretty quickly to the castle age. He does now know, serendipitously I suppose, about that gold. He built a lumber camp right next to it, and now he's found it. So BacT is probably pretty happy with his strategy. He walled up to boom, which was a little risky considering that he didn't know about that gold pile. But now that he knows, I think he's just fine. Here comes this drush. Nicov is going to be able to fight this pretty easily with vills and scouts. He's got BacT here up against the wall. BacT is not going to get any real damage in at all with this drush. But it's all good. It was a distraction drush, I think, to begin with. So good, actually. Really good micro there from Nicov. Running that one scout around while he's getting in so much damage on those 2 militia. So Nicov cleans up this drush pretty much for free. You can see those scouts are mostly on pretty high HP. One of them on half. So nice play from Nicov. He's certainly going to have an opportunity to be the aggressor here. But he's going to find when he gets across the map that BacT is walled up. BacT going double stables, though. So he is not walling up to boom full on, I suppose. He's at least going to have 2 stables ready to build some scouts of his own. Scouts working their way across the map for Nicov. He is going to build a blacksmith, and he's going to block in his side as well. The longer this game goes, the easier it'll be for Nicov to block in this side, and he will have a lot of resources to take on his side as well. So Nicov with a little bit better of a base area once he gets it all blocked off. BacT is already walled in and is safe. So if BacT gets up to castle a little faster, it could be to his benefit. But if he doesn't, man, I don't know how he wins this one. Right now, he doesn't have any gold, and he's not saving any food whatsoever. He's built some scouts to try to take on the scouts of Nicov, but Nicov, maybe very wisely, at least in my opinion, just building the 3. He built 3, he pushed back the drush, he's found that his opponent is walled. Maybe he knew his opponent was going to wall all along. I don't know, but now that he gets here, it seems like, man, I'm glad I didn't build a whole bunch of scouts. The one thing that is going to be a wild card here is BacT scouts coming across the map. They're going to get there before Nicov walls this all up. So at least they may get in some damage. This gold is going to be safe, at least for the time being. Is there a spear at all on the map? It doesn't look like it. Nicov has not yet built a spear, but he probably will. He probably will soon. He's going to find these scouts, and those scouts are actually going to find this vill. Trying to quick wall up. He's going to get the oh no, there was a hole. There's always a hole in the wall. Okay, hole in the wall, hole in the wall. We need a button for that. When there's a hole, I need to push a button and it goes hole in the wall or something. I don't know. Anyway, those scouts are in. They're going to push the villagers off of berries and slow the food economy here for Nicov for a moment. But there's just not really enough scouts. Nicov with 2 in defense, and he also can take his villagers into this fight if he wants to. BacT here is going to at least get some annoyance in. Did he get the villager? Where's the villager at? I think Nicov may have lost his vill there. Yeah, he is down by a vill. So, in the end, I suppose BacT gets what he wants. He gets a vill out of it, and he gets to figure out what his opponent's working with. He'll have wheelbarrow, and he'll have even more scouts now in on Nicov. So BacT walling himself in, but then going full aggression. I like it. I like it. He's safe at home, and now he can send those scouts out without any fear of defense at all. Nicov is massing up some spearmen. He's sending them out as fast as he can. And he's going to be fine. His area here is so densely packed that I just don't know if BacT's going to be able to get in that much damage. Blacksmith coming up on the front. This poor Vil is not working, but she's supposed to be. Spears chasing around those scouts from BacT, and Nicov, I think, is going to be in good shape. If his spear comes out of this barracks in just a few moments, should be okay. He has 3 spears. He's kind of corralling BacT here. He has 4 spears now. So BacT is, oh, he's in such a bad spot. Oh, he's in such a bad spot. Has to run under the TC. Going to take some free arrow fire on those scouts. He does have 3 more scouts in on the backside that he's trying to hit with, but those scouts on the front really got hit hard. Nicov clicking up to castle. BacT is going to be pretty far behind on food. You can see that he needs 500 more food here to get up. Nicov needs to come over and close this hole in the wall, but once he does, I think he's okay. He's actually going to close up the front as well here relatively soon. Let's see. Manga died. Gambling 2 and winning. A couple of good pokes in with the spears there from Nicov, but now his spears are so far out of position. He's got 1 more here in the back, but for the moment, his villagers are going to be harassed. Nicov will be to Castle Age before BacT. He will have resources to work with. Thank you, Warrior Yoda, for the donation. Appreciate that a lot. Donation hype on the channel today. Hopefully you have better luck gambling. I think I just saw you. No, that's not right. You didn't just gamble. Okay, fight still going on here on the front. Spears taking on BacT scouts. Just 5 scouts now from BacT, and they certainly did not get enough bang for their buck because Nikov's in the Castle Age, and BacT is still. He's just now clicked up, but he is still in the Feudal Age. He's going to be 2 minutes behind. So Nicov will hit Castle, and he will do what? He has double stables. He's Teutons. He has gold. He has food. I think we're going to see knights. Is that a crazy thing for me to predict? Not at all. Double stable from BacT as well. Does he have bloodlines in already? He does. Sorry for the bad commentary. I should have known that sooner. Yeah, so bloodlines invested already from BacT, so we're certainly going to see cavalry from BacT. No surprise whatsoever there. That is absolutely normal, and now BacT is trying to get a couple last hits in on these Vils before his scouts get cleaned up. Another good poke in there, another good poke there, and the scouts are pretty much Dunsky. Tower coming up on the, town center coming up on the front, town center coming up on the back. Nicov still has not closed this hole in the wall, but he's been defending his area beautifully. He can close this top part as well quite soon, and he should be able to do that pretty easily because he's going to have knights. Just a couple of knights here in the early game. He's going to have 2 stable knights. I don't know if he can keep that up and the 3 TCs with such a small farming economy, but he is certainly going to expand the economy and protect the economy. He can send in his first couple knights, which it looks like he's doing now. Yeah, sending those first couple knights forward to annoy BacT at least until he can boom up behind it. So basically the equivalent of a drush and wall in and boom. It's just the opposite. You're already in castle. You're sending in a couple of knights from 2 stables. It looks like he's going to have a couple sets of those. But really he's back home booming. He's spending a lot of resources on TCs and on villagers, which is beautiful. I think that's a great move. He'll have a monastery in defense as well and some monks. So he's going to continue to basically push his advantage here. I love it. Not a huge investment with the knights because he already had the 2 stables, he already had the bloodlines, so he's going to be just fine. Beautiful. Coming across the map beautifully. Yeah. So, Edink, welcome to the channel. Odlin, nice name. So yeah, wolves and knights here on the front, they are going to attack the barracks and maybe stop the amount of stables that BacT can build, but BacT is already on triple stables. He's going to go with 1 TC aggression, at least for the moment. I think that's a smart move because he needs to get some momentum in this game. Nicov with just 4 knights here, so he is going to have to run away from this fight. He does have more knights back at home. He will have some monks back at home, but he's going to have villagers up the wazoo. Right now he's on 46, but he's going to continue to build that advantage. If we look at upgrades, what do we see? We see +1, +2 knights on one side, and we see Nicov actually with just +1 defense. So his knights are much less strong than his opponent. 4 wolves in the mix here, so we'll see if they do anything. But Nicov here will have a bit of a saving grace. He'll have a whole bunch of spears to throw into the mix. So spears and knights here for Nicov. He's going to push BacT away for now, and he's going to continue to boom up. Every single moment that Nicov can slow down BacT's aggression here, his economy gets stronger. Right now he is +8 villagers, and he's going to be just fine. He's going to be just fine here in the long run. Knights v Knights on the front, big fight going on. Nikov's going to win it, at least for now. BacT is going to go back. He's going to have more Knights to reinforce here. He'll eventually win this fight. At least I would hope for his sake that he will eventually win this fight. But he is falling so far behind. He's now 10 vils behind, and the advantage will continue to grow because back at home, BacT is on 3 stable Knights but 1 TC. Clandestine mining camp out here on the front for now. He's going to be in trouble if Nicov comes and hits him there, but at least for now, BacT is relatively safe, and we see this game continue. I love Nikov's position, but I guess you never know. As far as late game goes, Nicov will certainly have to expand out to get more gold. His scouting has not found that forward gold pile, but he does know about his opponent's next most important resources, so he can continue to hit his opponent where it counts. Nicov is sending a couple of Knights over, which I was just hoping he would do. He's going to send these Knights in on a little bit of a kamikaze mission to basically see if he can get some damage in on this gold. See if he can catch his opponent back here with his pants down. He's not going to. BacT's going to have 4... oh, Knight just went down to a vil. Man, T90 would be pumped. Knight goes down to a vil. I love it. On the front, BacT taking a ton of free damage from Nikov's army here. Nikov's got a lot of low HP units here, and he's going to eventually lose the center, but for now he holds it. He's got 2 Knights sort of camped on the top. He's not going to send them in. I thought he was going to send them in kamikaze style and just idle this gold as much as he could, but he's not going to do that. On 69 vils right now, plus 18 villagers. Ooh, wolf kill. Love it. Love it. Villagers taking down the wolf, but a wolf taking down a knight. Gotta love that stuff. It's a wild card. Wild animal card. Anyway, Nicov still controls the middle, still booming his eco, getting so much use out of this army. His opponent is walled out of his area, so, you know, what can BacT really do right now? He's taking fights on the front. He could come through this back area, but Nicov doesn't even know about his own back gold. Nicov will find that eventually, but yeah, that's neither player really knowing about their extra gold piles. Right now, BacT is mining through most of his gold, trying to push on the front, has a huge pack of Knights. Thank you for the follow. And those Knights are going to win the center. Nicov here is just doing a fantastic job of holding. He's come out to a 23 villager advantage. He's investing so much money into his economy. He has invested in pikes, which is a great investment because he is going to play this game a little defensively. Has a couple monks here, can grab a couple of converts pretty quickly, one would hope. But he's not taking the fight, at least for the moment. No, I don't think either of those monks got a conversion. And he's going to be pushed back into his own zone for a moment. BacT needs to make some hay now while the sun's shining. He's going to get a monk on the front for free. He is going to take a fight, Knights v Knights on the back for the moment. Sending in 1 Knight kamikaze. Yeah. Thanks for the follow. But yeah, I think BacT is certainly going to eventually win this fight. The question is it too late? Nicov just has so much resource booming up in the back area. He's going to drop a barracks on the front. He's going to get some more pikes out and try to defend this. He needs to try to stop the bleeding. BacT is going to do exactly what he should and drop that siege workshop on the front. If we look on BacT's side, he is still on 1 TC, 3 stable Knights, full aggression, has some idols that he needs to get back to work, but he's focused on this push on the front, which he is winning. Right now, there are 3 TCs for Nicov in defense, so those villagers are going to be relatively safe. He just has the 1 barracks, though. Yeah. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, so that 1 barracks is a little bit of an issue for him. He's trying to defend these Knights with pikes if he can. He needs more barracks. He's actually going to drop another staple and get some more Knights of his own out. But the Knights of BacT are into the economy, and they are running around, and they are making some real problems. 30 villager advantage for Nicov, but many idols right now. Actually, doesn't have that many idols, but he's going to start losing them pretty quickly because those Knights are in. The push on the front for BacT is starting to come to fruition. There are monks now there, and there are mangonels on the way. If this push fails, he loses the game, for sure. If Nicov can hold this push and keep his villagers alive, I think he's absolutely going to win this game. Thanks for the follow. We got a follow chain going. So Mangonel here on the front, they are targeting down the monastery first, and then they can run into this eco. That has allowed Nicov to get a couple more barracks up and get a few more pike, creating barracks out. Yeah, Mangonel on the front there trying to do some harassment. Monks and Scorpion in play as well. So we'll see. I mean, man, like I said, BacT is putting it all into this push. He has to. This is really his only chance. He's got to get good trades. He's got to get good amount of villagers here on the front. Nicov will run in and snipe those monks and probably this scorpion as well. No, he's going to run back home. For now, Nicov doing a good job to micro around that mangonel, keeping some of those vills alive, massing up quite a lot of pikes here, and he just needs to continue to dodge mangonel shots. That mangonel is the anti-pike, I suppose. Oh, knights coming in to snipe some of that siege. Pike's taking a couple of hits to the face. Scorpion's still here in reinforcement, but it looks like Nikov's going to push this back. He has enough pikes to clean up these knights, and once those knights are cleaned up, the Scorpion's just not going to matter. So I like that a lot. A lot of the wind is out of BacT's sails, but I could be wrong. It does look like BacT still has a lot of units here. It's just that those pikes keep rolling in, and eventually they're going to have to push back. So the knights from BacT have pushed back, and he is still down by 30 villagers. BacT right now is on a second TC. He's expanded outward toward the gold on the front, which is a nice place to have a safe TC. He will have a third TC as well. But it is 3 TCs versus 3 TCs, and Nikov's already on 100 vills. He should be piling up a lot of money, which he is. A lot of food and a lot of wood for Nicov. Can continue to pump out the pikes, I suppose, for the time being. Is going to drop another barracks as well. So he's going to push his opponent away with trash, which is going to be nice for him. And he will maybe save up a little bit of gold so he can click up. We need to see, I think, Imperial Age for him relatively soon. Sending a lot of vills over to Stone to grab, to build a castle relatively soon and take over some more map control. Grabbing those relics once again, but BacT's knights continue to push in. What happened to all those pikes we just saw? They are all of a sudden nowhere to be found. So it looks like for the moment BacT continues his momentum on the front with a couple of scorpions and a couple of knights. Interesting. I thought those pikes were certainly going to clean this all up from Nicov. He's continuing to build pikes now out of 5 barracks. So he's going to be... man, he should be able to deal with these knights pretty easily. His economy is still way ahead, but it's now only up by 20. He's kind of slowed down his vill production. Probably idling villager production to save up some food for an inevitable click up, but he can't click up until he can deal with this problem on the front. So he needs more pikes for now. BacT is really doing the opposite of what Nicov did a really great job of getting good bang for his buck in the early Castle Age while he went 3 TCs. Now BacT is getting great bang for his buck, and now he's up on 3 TCs, and his economy will eventually catch up. Still down by 20 vills. Still spending a lot of resource that Nicov doesn't have to spend on making vills. Nicov here is really massing up some pikes, +1, +2 on those, +1, +2 on his knights as well, and they are up against the same thing from knights on the other side. So the trash is, oh man, it's got to win it now. Nicov just seems to have such great numbers of pikes here. He's going to get so many good trades. BacT's money is just, oh, it's just bleeding out of him right now. He's just slowly getting cleaned up here on the front. He is going to take this fight for far too long, I think, and now he's going to retreat away. Nikov's going to push him away, and now he will probably feel safe to click up to Imp once he gets the resources. Spent so much food on those. Spent so much food on those pikes. That is a bummer for him. A little bit of raiding going on here in the center for Nicov. BacT may have been coming forward for a castle drop. Looks like he was, and now he will have to go back home. Nicov has the same sort of setup. He's got the stone for a castle. He will send villagers forward to drop a castle of his own, I suppose. Just a couple scorpions for BacT inside that siege workshop. I don't think we're going to see anything epic from those. And yeah, for the moment, BacT has to go back home. He will boom his economy enough to put up a fight here, but he's still so far behind Nicov. Did a decent job with a little bit of raiding and a little bit of idling, but I don't think he got enough done. Nicov is going to walk in here. He's going to find a nice quick gate from BacT. Who's better at quick gating than BacT? He's going to have to gate up here as well, or a wall up there as well pretty soon, I think. Quick gates on both sides from BacT, and now a defensive castle. That is exactly what he needed to do, and BacT is actually going to click first to Imperial Age. He made Nicov spend so much of his time and money on pikes that he's going to be able to click up first. But Nikov's doing what he should here, and he's pushing those pikes forward, and he's really going to get good bang for his buck against the knights. They are in the shadow of the castle. That's not ideal at all, but he's going to have a castle of his own right next door, and little does he know that BacT is actually clicked up first. BacT here is, he's going to have a chance. He's going to be to Imperial first. He can build a couple of trebs if he wants. He's certainly going to be able to clean up a lot of these pikes with the arrow fire here from the castle, but they are just coming in troves. I would have liked to see Nicov maybe leave those pikes back by the castle. But I guess it's all good. BacT does not have a snuck army at all. He does have a clandestine mining camp here to the south. Totally exposed mining camp. What up, Dead Virus? Welcome. This gambling seems totally random. Oh man, Mojo loses one. Back to the future. Ooh, Mangadai, well push. Pushed back by BacT. Yeah, I know. So many puns in the chat. Yeah, so we do see those pikes and those knights coming forward. BacT's trying to quick wall this, but I don't think he's going to get it done. Nicov can just walk around and he can get all of these vills. And a nice quick gate. Got to give him credit on that. He's going to lose 3-4 vills there on the front. The villager advantage is still 30. Now it's almost 40. Nicov here is pushing on the front. He's going to have double stables and a castle to back them up. BacT here is chopped through this wood line. Is he chopped through that wood line? It looks like there's an opening to me. We'll see. He's going to eventually chop through it if he hasn't already, which is really unfortunate because those knights are just going to stream in and get so many of those free vills. Imperial Age coming in for BacT. He's going to have to get something done really, really fast here because he is in a whole lot of trouble. If Nicov continues his push, I just don't know what BacT can do. He's going to get a couple of trebs out. He's going to try to treb this castle down on the front. The thing is, Nicov is just going to have enough knights to run in and snipe that pretty quickly. There's nothing for BacT here to defend that treb, so he's going to build a treb, and I just think knights are going to run in and snipe it. One villager somehow got through the gate here for Nicov, and he's just dropping a couple of stables on the front. Villager v villager fighting in the Imperial Age is not something you see that often, but I guess we're going to see it in this game. We're seeing Teutonic knights coming out from BacT. That seems like a worthwhile play. He has to do something to counter all of this aggression from Nicov. They're obviously fantastic against pikes, and they're better than a knight. I think an elite Teutonic is better than a paladin hand-to-hand, but I could be wrong. I don't really know. I'm just telling you what somebody told me, and who knows if that's even true. But yeah, the first couple of trebs are out here for BacT. He's going to try to get that castle down, but Nicov is in a beautiful position. Grabbing relics on the front, continuing to increase his relic count. Right now he has 3. You can see Nicov has a whole mess of resources. BacT does too, though. He's really low on wood, but he has the food to fight for a minute, and he certainly has the gold to fight for quite some time. Let's see, CJ's here. Hey CJ, welcome. Yeah, so we are continuing to work our way through, and I am continuing to say clandestine over and over. Trebs on both sides trying to fight the castles. Obviously Nicov has the hill advantage. He can run in with his knights anytime he wants and snipe these trebs. There's just nothing to defend them, but he doesn't know that, so at least for now he's not going to call BacT's bluff. Here he goes, sending in a big pack of bloodline knights with +2/+2. They're going to be just fine. They can run right under this castle for days. They'll run in and snipe the trebs, and therefore we will see the GG from BacT.